Lay low, mate, on the beat.
Cowboys Raw Uncut. 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 Cowboys Raw Uncut.
Cowboys Raw Uncut, man. We back in the building, man. This crew, man. Victory Monday. You know, the crew in here, man. Cowboys came got a 26-24 victory over them Buccaneers. Coop Rush was 26.
How we do it, Dre?
yeah, victory.
The victory
at Landry. But yeah, man, Coop Rush 26 of 35 for 292 with one tutty. CD, man, the warrior out there playing on a hurt shoulder with 7 receptions for 105 yards. You know, and after the game, man, Jerry, you know, he's gonna say what he say. He was speaking very highly of Mike McCarthy after the game, man, and this is what he had to say.
They got rewarded, and the team is playing at that level because he's got them coached up to play at that level, even though you realize that when you're not in those playoffs, and you can't get to the big one, but he's got this team. That's as good of emotional performance, effort performance as I've seen us have, and I don't know what to compare it to.
So do y'all agree with Jerry? Emotional performance, effort performance. He has nothing to compare it to.
He's yeah, but my thing with that even is that, like, with Jerry, man, he's gonna say he's a politician. He's gonna say what.
No. Say what he's like.
Don King.
There you go.
He's Don King. He's gonna say what he
Only
needs.
in America.
And that's it, man. He's gonna say
All
whatever
right, now,
he needs to say,
but you rephrased it yesterday, last week as a Rick. Don't look behind the curtain.
Yeah, the Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz.
He's the Wizard of Oz, man. And that's you know. So when I listen to Jerry, man, I'll just be sitting there thinking to myself, like, I'd say it in the group matches the other day, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, why do you talk so much, bro? I'm tired, like, go into hiding. You know what I'm saying? You need to do something, man, to where we tired of hearing you. So everything you say is going to sound like bullshit coming out of your mouth. Like, you can say the right things and we still going to second guess it. You know what I mean? So
That's exactly what that was.
Yeah, you can say that, you can hear it and yeah, it sound good, but we tired of hearing you, bro. Like, so, you know, whatever, Jerry. Was he right? Yeah, but I don't want to hear it from you. Shut up, bro. Like,
I second that.
Get out the way, man.
Scram.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of it because he's the only owner. He's the only owner every week that talk after the game. You know, and when you look at the whole picture of Jerry talking, you look at all the cameras and the mics. Everybody waiting to talk to him because they know they're gonna get some bullshit out of him. That's gonna be headline worthy. Whatever they do, like, it's a circus around him.
Yeah,
waiting to talk.
That's
every
right.
week, you're the owner that does that every week, man. You call into a radio show every week.
Yeah.
You always got a headline. You're the only owner that does that shit. So it starts to get a little old, man. Just let us play football.
That's
to
true.
him and Sales, you worried about playing football and winning games.
Right.
He's trying to make some money. He's trying to sell.
I mean, I get it.
He's been
sales.
doing well at it too.
Any publicity is good publicity, and when you're in the business world, and that's where he's at right now.
He might not call that radio station tomorrow if they keep on asking them tough questions. He'll take his talent somewhere else. What he said.
Yeah, he been trying to get rid of it.
No, he
been targeted
gonna
for
get
a
somebody
while.
else to ask the questions. He'll be there. They won't.
Either that or to be another radio station.
You better ask the right question.
Yeah.
You better
Either or, choose all above.
Yeah.
Business, man. He about that dollar, man.
Yeah.
He's excited because fans are excited. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just happy because the money's happy.
Yeah, you should have seen that walk back to the locker room, man. He was moving, man, hopping and moving and clapping and everything.
Hey, man, he got a little pep hit. They ain't on his neck right now, man.
Yeah, man.
He was moving like how we moved when he was playing around in Cincinnati. Years ago,
Right.
Hey, man.
Fast,
You know what's nuts? We say.
Hey, we did see Jerry in Cincinnati. He tall too, man. My man hit us with the.
But see, the thing with Jerry, man, is that, like, you say that they can call the dogs off a little bit with a win. the Dogs shouldn't be called off still.
But they are. The pressure's
Only
up.
because of other headlines, because
Correct.
there's so many better
Correct.
teams right now.
Correct.
So with the better teams, there's more to talk about us because we're not super bad, but we're still good for ratings. So the other stations are gonna put us on TV because they make money. ESPN made money by having us on Monday night. You know what I mean?
Today on the NFL Network when
Sunday night.
game day started out, the first game the highlights they showed was Dallas.
Yeah,
That's
it's good for ratings.
That's just what it is. Even though we're out of the playoffs, we no longer have a chance. Even though we're out of the playoffs and it's other teams fighting for playoffs, viable, close games, we're still going to lead them. And that's what he wants. That's sales.
But it's nuts because when you see it, it does sell, and you watch everybody gravitate towards us, even in winning the way that we win. It's still okay. I compare us being good to the same as when the Lakers are good or when the Celtics are good in the NBA. You know what I mean? It's just good for the brand because of the legacy behind it and the fans that they bring along for that ride. So when Jerry gets up there and talks like that and we win, even how we won sells. You know what I'm saying? It was a good game. Like, overall, it was a good game. It was a good game. Yeah, it was a good game. Yeah, it was a very entertaining game. So, how
what he wanted.
You know, you win a game like that. Oh, I got a lot to talk about. You know what I mean? Hurry up and talk to me. It's emotional. It's emotional because of how you won.
Right.
But in the grand scheme of things, it didn't. It just showed that your team is willing to fight. But are they fighting for you? I feel like themselves.
Yeah, who are they
not
fighting for?
I mean, essentially, Jerry wins for that, but it ain't like they're not out there winning they're winning for themselves and the fans at this point. This ain't, because there's nothing else to help Jerry.
It comes off they fighting for the coach to me.
You think so?
That's what it looks like they fighting for the
what-
coach.
Fighting for McCarthy?
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Wow.
exactly what I was getting ready to say.
Wow.
I was
Fighting
getting,
for themselves.
I think themselves. I think it's
I really
themselves.
do.
but you think
I think
McCarthy?
it's all the
I
above.
agree with Slick.
And it definitely can be all above.
I agree with Slick. I think they're fighting for McCarthy. I think they like him. Whatever reason it is, maybe he's a better motivator and better with a man, a man to man than he is, X's and O's. But they like him. They really do.
No doubt in my mind, he's a nice guy. He's cool. He's there for you. He says the right things. He holds your baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
is he a good leader of men?
Man, nice.
Most
is
leaders
for
ain't
suckers.
always liked all the time.
Nice.
Sometimes,
I think
you
they
gotta
like
put
him.
a foot in
I
the ass,
think-
you gotta put a demonstration down.
I think they like him though.
When you see
I'm
guys,
with you though. I don't,
Yeah.
but
when
I
you
think
see
they do.
guys going as hard as they did in a meaningless game, look, they knew Washington won. They knew mathematically they were eliminated. They could have folded. When you see guys hitting and going like that, when it's a meaningless game, they're reaching out, man. They're trying to save that man's
They ain't
job.
gonna lay down. They ain't gonna lay down.
I mean, just hearing Micah talk, I just think they just follow suit. I mean, I'm not just saying that because I'm not neglecting the fact that I think Micah is
But
mature as a professional.
I've seen them lay down. New Orleans
Yeah,
Saints game,
yeah,
they
for
laid
sure,
down.
for sure, for
I mean,
sure.
I've seen them lay down. They played yesterday. They rallied.
Yeah, they've been playing.
Micah spoke on it, and everybody followed suit on the field, man. So that's why
I agree.
But
was
they've
kinda
been,
like,
they've
okay,
been
maybe-
playing. They've been playing with some heart for the last few games, and that's the confusing factor. Because I wanted to come in, I waited. I didn't put this in the group message, but I waited to come in there and apologize and say I was right. You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting for about the fact of the Cincinnati game. And why that
Meaning
meaning something.
That still
Because
hurt me.
when I seen that effort yesterday, it's like, dog, like if we can give that effort, you can have yourself in games.
Right.
And yes, would we lose in the playoffs? Probably so. With a bad, any of them teams is better than us right now. But to know that, like you say, to have that chance with that effort, if you're gonna play with that effort, I'm all for postseason dreams.
Right.
Because that effort can push you into a victory in the right spots.
Right.
The other team make the right mistakes and you capitalize on it and you're playing like that, I could see that winning a playoff game unexpectedly.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to win. So I wanted to come in here and apologize to you guys for these last few weeks. I didn't say it then, man, but I wanted to do it on air because the disagreement was in public, so I wanted to apologize in public and tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're right, man. You're right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, a Cincinnati game meant something, man. Like, that would have kept us in contention and playing with this effort. If we're gonna play spoiler anyway, might as well try to make the playoffs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I get it now. You know.
And what I was saying to you was, you know, even if you made the playoffs, if it's that magical run like the Giants team was, when it's destiny, you could beat anybody at that point.
The
you
right
know,
place at the right time.
and you know, say hypothetically you win that Cincinnati game and you beat the Bucs, a playoff team, Philly, a playoff team, Washington, currently a playoff team. You know, you're going into the postseason coming off of victories against playoff teams. So why couldn't you win a couple more? You know, getting some more guys healthy or whatever. But do y'all think we're playing hard and loose and with all this effort because the pressure's gone?
That's a
Or are we just playing better?
That's a
I
possibility.
think we're getting people back. I think we. Was
But we're
getting
playing
people
with
back,
no pressure.
and then people's coming.
No problem.
Like you need 2 at the free throw line. 0 seconds on to take us
Yesterday
into
was no pressure,
overtime.
but before yesterday, we were still fighting. We had a goal that we was fighting for. So maybe yesterday would have been no pressure, but I think before that they were still feeling like we feeling it. So we have a chance.
Right.
Let's bring it off.
I don't look at football as a whole, especially not the NFL game that guys can half-ass. Like when we say they're not playing with effort or they're not playing with heart, you can whole ass half-assing if it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You can give 100% or 50% if
How many games Bland been back?
Bland been back for a little while, but 3-4 games. But
Because what was the last 5? Is he the?
I think
it's
so.
a difference. Something's
I think
changed.
so, man.
Because them guys would be
I
out
think
there
Bland
playing
is
lazy.
something different, man.
Them guys would be
Because
out
I
there-
wasn't feeling this way when he was out and Trayvon was on the other side, probably because Trayvon was dealing with
got a
injury
fire.
or whatever. But when Bland came back, that whole thing switched up. It switched up
the
for
effort,
real.
that's what I was getting. So the effort has changed. So the guys, when we were healthy, I think a lot of times they relied on fear factor of coming in knowing we the Cowboys and what we could do. You know what I mean? They didn't play with the same heart as being an underdog.
Right.
As being looked at as, you know, you say that pressure's gone. I think the pressure's always been there and it's still there, but you can't half speed NFL. That's how you get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
Right.
believe nobody's out there playing. I don't believe that nobody's out there playing lazy. I just think they're either their head wasn't there, there was no cohesiveness. So there was always something that caused it to be.
But I
different.
agree. I agree with you. But like, say the Cincinnati game, with that being a game that you gotta win to make the playoffs, and look what happened to us. Something a mistake happened in a pressure-packed moment right
Every
there.
game's a playoff
See what I'm
game.
saying? Versus
I
the
think
other
every game's a
day,
playoff
so they
game.
were playing just as hard in that game.
Yeah.
Needed a win,
Yeah,
but
and couldn't get past it.
couldn't get past
I
it.
just think big play like shit happens when imagine winning games early in the year. Imagine the game, the Saints game. You know that you having that already under your belt to where you can get one. You can afford that type of fuck up later in the season.
Right.
The games that you're supposed to win, you don't win, or the games that you should be in the game that mean something early in the season, you don't win. So now there is more pressure on the back end.
we should have won that we didn't.
I think that looking at it now, it should have been the Saints game. It should have been the Saints game right now because you look
I
at
say
that team-
Atlanta too.
Atlanta too. The games against teams that I believe that looking back now,
I
we
say
should have been-
you were supposed to, if you playing like you playing now, beat San Fran.
Yeah, because that team not playing good right now. So when you see that, there are certain games that you could take that pressure off yourself. The person who touched that ball really shouldn't have been playing. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that you put yourself in position to where it's do or die, and then you have people in those positions, and it's do or die positions, who's normally not been there at all.
Right.
You know, that corner, I can't pronounce his name. 27.
Amani.
I can't pronounce his name, but he's been playing a lot here because of injuries.
Right.
You don't know.
Three tackles yesterday.
But the only reason you know a young man's name is because he touched the fumble. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You see it at the beginning on the lineups, but you can see him out there and wonder, who the fuck's 27? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because he's not supposed to be in the game. So he was in a position to where he shouldn't have been in. If you make the plays when you're healthy early in the season, you buy yourself a little leeway when Dak was there, when Michael was healthy, when D-Law was healthy, that half-assing or playing bad then, when you sit on the sideline saying, we fucking suck. You know what I'm saying?
So-
Those wins then would have now that you're...
We wasn't a good team then.
We wasn't a good team.
We wasn't a good
wasn't.
team.
But we should have. But if this same effort got into that squad, we'd be good. Where was this effort then, and what's caused it?
What do you think is the difference between now and then?
I think guys are playing for jobs because now we're hurt. We're seeing guys in the game that we haven't seen. I think a lot of these guys are playing.
Well, let me put something on y'all. Let me put something that I heard, and I'm just throwing it out there. I ain't saying I agree or disagree with it, but it was I won't say it was Chauncey. After the game yesterday, was someone asked him a question about how they're playing versus how they were playing in the beginning of the season, and he went on to basically say, I'm paraphrasing, that they were still, like on defense, they still had DQ's kind of mindset as players, and they were, you know, thinking in their mind, like subconsciously reacting as if they were still playing in a DQ's defense as opposed to trusting Mike Zimmer's scheme. And now they're doing that more now. It's like they finally let go of DQ's system.
Right.
Well, I mean, how do y'all think about that? Could be the possibility of the reason why we was playing poorly early defensively.
Early on, I think they was still learning Zim's system and everything. And on top of that, you had some injuries. I think it was just I don't think we should have beat the Saints. I don't think that was a game to where we can say we should have beat. They thumped our ass out.
They thumped us.
They
but looking at
thumped
that
our
team
ass
now,
out.
that hurt just the way. If we played them right now, we would beat
If we
them
played
right
them
now.
right
We played
now,
them, they would thump us again.
But if we'd have played them the following week after they thumped us, they'd have thumped us again that week.
Because that team was bad. That team was bad. That team was.
You can't look back.
Yeah.
I can't look back. I'm not saying you can't. I can't look back with a clear conscience and say we should have beat that team. Atlanta, I'm iffy on because we was in that game. We had we had opportunities to win that game, so I can look at that as one. The Saints, they took it to us. We was out from the get go, but I can't agree. I can't agree that we were still learning things. We still trying to figure out things.
New system.
Yeah,
And the way, like I think I had mentioned earlier in the year, how we rush now, like it's more like on the edges. We just squeeze him in, try to squeeze him in the pocket. Everything is keeping everything inside the pocket now versus just NASCAR go. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the difference. They focus on a run. When Mike Zimmer switched to put that 6-man front in there in the double-A gaps and letting them decide who gonna back out, who gonna rush, that changed the dynamics. That changed what we did with the run game and the aggressiveness up front. And I think that kind of helped the defense out a lot.
I think when Overshawn got comfortable being back and comfortable within himself, being back and reading and reacting and not worrying about injury, not worrying about nothing, when he was, I think that kind of gave us a boost. And we start playing a lot better with that.
And Baltimore's another one too. I think.
So as far as run defense overall, who y'all feel is the better defensive coordinator to stop the run, Zimmer or DQ?
Zimmer. Stop the run. Zimmer.
You can stop running when he was hurt. He was like, shit.
I think DQ's a better coordinator in getting that ball turned over.
Yeah,
having people
I agree.
flowers.
I agree.
think DQ's more with that.
We didn't give Dan Quinn the linebackers he needed to help with the run.
He picked his linebackers. He did that.
He was there for what, 4-5 years?
Did he? Because I was thinking about this. He wanted your boy from Seattle. We failed. We did not.
Was it
want
Bruce
to go
Irvin or
get
Bobby
him.
Wagner?
Yeah.
Which one? Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
As soon as he got to Washington, that's his guy. He caught him straight up and got him in there.
Yeah.
So I think we was kind of getting in the way. I don't know what we were on. Probably, being cheap once again.
How many years we have?
It was
3?
probably
3. I feel like it was 3 or 4.
Man, out
I
of
feel
3
like it was
years, you had an
4. I feel like
opportunity to
it
get
was
a linebacker.
Not if you have no,
probably-
not if you,
hanging on hats on,
but
That
not
might
if you
have
have
been
your
money,
GM.
Steve-O.
Who's your GM you gonna talk to?
You
Who's
kept-
your
It might
GM
have
you
been
gonna
a
talk to?
money situation.
You kept coming, putting in Bill and all them at linebackers,
Whereas the
man.
owner of Washington and the
Yeah, that's what I was
salary
about to
cap,
say.
they might have been willing to spend a little bit more money for those
Most
players
definitely.
than we
I mean, but
was
you
in
can say
Dallas.
it,
That's
John.
magic.
Yeah.
Magic is showtime,
Yeah,
baby.
do what
Get
you want.
it.
And the thing is, you
Let's
say
get
it,
it.
John, because it's so well. Because like I can see that him saying I want to go get him. He's gonna ask for too much money, man. You got to talk to the owner who happens to be the GM. That conversation is different, and you know you're talking to a control freak. So when you go in there talking to that control freak, it's just, man, I'm gonna use this, play my position, use what I got, make it work, show how good I am, and then once I get the chance, deuces. You know, we out of here, and that's what Dan. It was a stepping stone. You know, essentially, it's what it was. Because when you know you're not gonna get no control, you're gonna hold the position until I can get in a better spot. You know what I mean? Luckily, I got a generational talent right here with Michael, who can always put me in position. Oh, we drafted good with this Diggs kid. You know what I mean? I've got pieces here. I might not have them all, but I got good pieces that I can showcase my skills. And then boom, I get a head coach job. I'm out of here, and I'm gonna take my guys with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know who's gonna work. This guy over here don't want to spend no money. I can go get my guy over here with this other guy who's gonna spend some money and listen to me because they're okay with spending it because it's time to rebuild. When Jerry is cheap,
Because they've been trashed down
yeah,
there their
they've
whole
been trash
career.
and we still beat them. And but they're gonna spend some money.
You can tell if you watch the Commodores, you can tell how Quinn walks and prances up that sideline that he has some control. Mm-hmm. You know that his voice, that his voice, yeah, exactly, Steve-O, that his voice resonates and that they listen. You can tell how he walks, man, that he's at peace because he has some control.
Yeah, you say it because it's like when you talk about it and put it in perspective, it got me thinking about it. Like, we ain't too far removed from the elevator, Jerry. You know what I mean? Take an elevator down to that field. You know what I'm saying? We ain't too far removed from that, man.
Who said
Like,
we removed? Who said it's removed?
I ain't seen him. I ain't seen him down the sideline in a minute.
Nah,
I ain't seen him on the sideline in a minute, man. What's
That don't mean he ain't in the locker room.
But yeah, he's definitely in the locker room.
Nah,
Yeah,
he
definitely.
in the locker room.
Elevator from his office go to that locker
The
room.
locker room, yeah.
Yeah.
But we ain't seen Jerry on the field like we used to see Jerry on the field walking the sideline. We ain't seen that. And to think that
mileage on them knees.
That's what I'm about to say. He's a little older, man. He's a little older.
But the
I
thing-
go down there when it's
In that
over.
locker room trying to tape measure thighs. And
but that's a bad motherfucker to think. He said,
Nah, he do that at camp.
yeah, he do it at camp, right?
shit. Trying to tape measure thighs.
5'10",
and chest.
210.
Right.
Now Jamie's face, bro. Jamie's face. He cut it off that line quick. But that's the type of dude you dealing with, man. So you got to think about, again, that'll be the reason why we won't get the coach that we really want. That'll be a reason why a lot of times we might not get the talent that we really want. You know what I mean? Like, luckily we've drafted well. You know what I mean? And, you know, what is it, Will McClay?
Yeah, Will McClay.
So the last 10 years or so, we've had solid picks overall. You know, from the offensive lineman, D-line, we ain't drafted great, but you know what I mean. We were able to grab
Zeke,
Michael.
Dak,
you know, Zeke,
Michael,
Dak, Mac.
CeeDee.
I mean, you see
Fergie.
Diggy. You see Diggy finally
Schultz.
coming along.
But quick-
Yeah, Schultz.
quick
We
question for you.
drafted pretty well. We drafted
Quick
pretty well.
question
Tyler?
for you.
Tyler,
Quick
yeah.
question for you.
That whole
Say-
offensive line.
Say, for instance, and it's just hypothetically speaking, say, for instance, you know, Prime feels like, okay, I want to go to the next level and coach. A, do you all think that Prime would listen or entertain coming to Dallas, figuring that, you know, Jerry might give me a little leeway, or do you think Prime would say, no, absolutely not? I know how that guy is.
I think he's one of Jerry's guys. I think.
You think Prime's a Jerry guy?
Yeah, I think he's a Jerry guy. I think
Yeah, I
they cool.
agree.
I think they're cool. Him, Jerry.
As far as coaching,
Jerry,
you can see it.
Swerving
agree.
Irvin, all of them they still got a.
But for me,
a little
Deion
thing.
don't move like Swerving.
I mean, but
Deion don't move like Swerving.
Deion's still cool with Swerving. They still.
Oh, they definitely cool. Yeah, they're definitely cool. But when you look
yeah.
at how they move, I could see Swerving. I could see Swerving there before I see Prime because
Sitting
why
there
give
doing what?
Swerving.
I know. I'm
No.
saying as far as being under Jerry.
No.
As far as being under Jerry.
Hey, man,
as far as the
coach, you talking about
personalities.
somebody go-
I'm saying as far as the person. I'm saying as far as the
A
personalities.
position coach,
On
a
that
wide
side, but on
receiver
that
coach.
sideline,
Well,
on that
I kinda
sideline,
see
I don't see Deion giving
I
up that
kind of see
control.
where Terry's coming from. I think what Terry's saying is he thinks Prime of getting Jerry shit.
Mm-hmm.
He will.
Whereas the playmaker is kind of more.
He gonna get this shit too.
Okay,
He gonna get his shit, but I don't see
He'll
him
get
getting
his shit
different-
too.
I don't see him getting his shit as much.
Do you remember when we lost the playoffs? How he was, what he was saying?
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell they doing, and I don't know.
Right.
He's on camera on wax
Yeah.
talking about what we need to do, what's going on,
That's
what's
right.
going.
When I look at, I
same
guess
as
it's
same as Deion.
That's right.
personalities though, because if I'm Deion, why would I want to be?
Because
at
I know
any-
you. I'm not coming in a situation where I don't know you. I know you. We've done business before.
Okay.
We broke bread before. I know what I can get away with and what I can't. I know
when
what
you're
you can
home-
get away with, what you can't. We've won Super Bowls together.
Right.
But
We-
no,
we-
no,
we've
no,
got
no,
a
no,
bond.
no,
We-
no,
we've
no,
got a
no,
bond.
no, no, but there's a
Personality.
difference when I'm playing for you than I am coaching under you. That's like having you all don't. We all know moving in with your homies can ruin a relationship. Working under your peoples can possibly ruin a relationship because it's different. The dynamic of power changes when I'm playing for you. You want a championship for me. You want a championship for me. Now I'm your boss. I'm a different type of boss.
I was your
When it's
boss at
time-
first.
Yeah.
You won a championship with
Jimmy
me.
was Jimmy. Jimmy. No.
That's-
There was a difference. Those coaches then are not the coaches we have now. So you say that then Jimmy was your boss and Jimmy, that was Jimmy's, that was his era.
No,
it's
that's
different when
always
I want,
been
when I want to call my
Jerry's
players-
era.
When I want to,
That's the whole problem. It's
but that's why
always
Jimmy,
been
but
Jerry's
that's why
thing.
Jimmy, but that's why Jimmy's gone. It's because it couldn't be. They couldn't share that.
Yeah,
They
so
couldn't share
don't think.
that.
So he was never in there saying you're Jimmy's guy. You work for you working for Jimmy. You work for me. I run all this shit.
Man,
Back
Right.
then,
different when-
today, tomorrow,
I think-
Jerry's
But
he's still
Prime-
Jerry's
flexing.
not calling.
ain't gonna go-
Jerry's
Prime
not
know
calling the
how to talk to
plays.
Jerry.
Jerry's not calling the
Prime know how to
plays.
talk to Jerry.
Well,
I look at
Steve
the
He know how
chain.
to talk to. He
Nah.
can't.
He done had
Prime
them
know how to
conversations
sell.
before.
You're not gonna tell me
Say
what to
Dre.
do, bro. You're not gonna tell me. You're not gonna tell me what to
He's
do.
still not gonna tell him.
That's-
Prime
but
knows
that's
how to
another
make this
reason.
shit make sense with the money and the winning, bro.
Yeah.
But with you saying
Prime a
that,
different
with
breed,
you
man.
saying
He know how
that,
to finesse the
He come from the
situation.
street.
Must
Nah,
be the
but
money.
with you saying
Must be the money. That song is with Jerry. Probably still listens to that song.
but I
Must
can
be
tell you-
Jerry. Must be the money. They together.
But I
You
can
singing,
tell you,
you
nah,
singing
bro.
his love language, man.
I can tell you that would be
Right,
okay.
right.
So you say that Prime will fit, but that exact reason is the reason why Jerry wouldn't hire Prime. That same thing is because I can't tell you what to do. You have two
I'm
people.
always gonna tell you what to, I'm your boss.
That's why I'm going somewhere else because somebody else over here don't have to tell
I'm
me what to
still
do.
gonna
It gives me full
wherever
control.
you go, the owner is still gonna be able to tell you what to do.
Man, you can let go.
Man,
You-
yeah.
man, head
Jerry
coach is a head
ain't
coach.
the
No, you have a
most owner
GM.
out
You have a
here.
GM.
It's unbearable.
But the difference
I'm gonna
is you
tell
have
you
this
and
GM.
your GM what to do.
Nah, man. You see, people, owners got Robert Kraft got out the way. Robert Kraft got out the way, bro.
Robert Kraft got out the way, but he still talked
And
this
he won
shit. He
championship.
still was talking.
When they won,
He still was
man,
talking,
You ain't seen
and-
Robert
and-
Kraft talking
and
shit
if
since,
Robert
since,
Kraft
Bill,
said-
since Bill Belichick been gone. You ain't seen Robert Kraft talk. You seen him back. He was they was doing while they was winning. They was doing it while they was winning. And remember, they was there for a Super Bowl when that happened. So my thing is that you have Robert Kraft that can get out the way and let his GM and his head coach do their thing. Jerry's never gonna get out of
That's
Prime's
all
way.
right. Y'all
What
talking
happens
about
when two stars that they meet each other, bro? Like eventually,
How's he gonna get in
I don't
Prime's
see them.
way?
I don't see you can get in Prime's way, but
Prime got more influence over any person player than Jerry will ever have.
so you think he'll allow Prime to pick his players?
Prime ain't.
You think he's gonna allow
yes.
Prime to pick?
Well,
his
see,
players?
that was my
Saying
next
like
question.
He's
gonna
So
allow-
you think a 30?
I don't think it.
Somebody?
I
You
don't
think
think it.
somebody who's had control this long is now willing to give it up?
Yeah, I don't think it.
No,
don't think
no, it's not
It's
happening.
not-
Why
it's
would he
not-
give it up now?
It's
No, I
not
don't
that
think
Why would he
gotta
give it up?
be in
Tell me why.
control.
Nah, he
All
gonna drop
he
his
gotta
nuts on
do,
Prime, man.
He gets
Nah.
on there. He don't. Who's he dealt with that's very respectful? That's gonna demand that respect as a man. Period. Just
He
flat
ain't
out.
bring you
But
in.
he's not bringing you in. That's what I'm
if
saying.
you
Like,
have that,
one
he ain't
thing,
bringing you
he's
in.
not bringing you in. That's
You
what I'm saying. It's
you
like
right
one
with that,
thing-
Terry. I ain't
One thing
saying.
affects each other. I can't imagine.
That's why he got him out
You're
of it.
asking, yes, everybody.
Parcells was trash though. He was done. He got a couple good players in there that you could build from, but he didn't do nothing.
Parcells changed.
I agree with that too.
Parcells
Wade
changed
came in there and shook things up.
Nah, Parcells came in there and put a mentality into that team, and we ain't looked back since. Because when Parcells, a winning mentality, we were losing before. We were losing.
We didn't win with him.
We sure did.
He turned it on. What? We were in a position with a backup quarterback.
What did he turn on?
He gave us the Romo era. It was Parcells that started that.
I was waiting for you to say
Parcells
that.
started that.
Parcells.
We were in the dark ages before. We was in dark ages before the Romo. But for those 3 years,
That's true. That's
but
true.
no, but Parcells was in the front office. He left coaching and went to the front office. If I'm right.
What influence did Parcells really have when he got punched on by his player?
Hey, no, you're right about that. But still,
saying,
I mean, it's a different league. But I'm saying
like,
it's still a mentality, bro.
When he was trying to be hard,
when he was there, the Parcells era is when we start winning again. Regardless of what, that's when it started. That's when
Parcells era.
That's what turned the change when Wade came in.
We won in the Parcells.
We were 13. Romo's second year. That was the 13-3 year, wasn't it? His second year was the 13-3.
Yeah,
Parcells
built the foundation,
Parcells
man.
built that foundation, bro, because his first year there was the Romo fumble year. The next year with T.O. came in. If I'm correct. If somebody correct me if I'm wrong. T.O. came
That's
in
when he started getting irritated when Jerry went around him and got the T.O. situation.
Jerry knew what he was doing, though.
Man, Jerry, he changed that.
He's a GM.
Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be mixing this up. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. Somebody
But
who
he
doesn't.
didn't, though.
Why are we expecting someone to
Parcells didn't.
Why are we expecting
Why not?
now Jerry to change his ways? What? I get it, it's prime, but why do you expect Jerry to change his ways now? He's never has.
I just think Deion.
It ain't about changing your ways. He gonna do him, but
put your Jerry hat on.
But Prime knows how to handle situations.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not
Prime
gonna hit.
already done dealt with him.
What's the lady in Boulder?
But
You
if
see how he handling
if
the
I'm
lady
Jerry-
in Boulder, the lady, the 100-year-old lady. How old is she? And
Which one?
how he just be treating her in Boulder and
yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
I just think he'll be able to finesse the situation.
Man, look, man, if I'm
He'll still be able to get off what he wants to with Jerry because he knows how
I'm not
to.
He has more
disagreeing with you.
influence on players than any of them dudes.
I agree. Like I'm not this is not in
He's
no
catching
way.
them young.
This is in no way to say that Prime isn't all of those things. All I'm saying is Jerry is all of these things too. That's all it is. Prime is all of the things that you said. I'm saying that, but Jerry would not.
Jerry, I'm saying it in promotion of Deion Sanders.
I want Deion
I'm
to be
saying
there.
what kind of man I see Deion to be to go deal with Jerry.
I'm not
Because
disagreeing
he's
with
all
you.
about. You got to think you bringing in a real brand. We ain't never had a brand like this coming in.
I agree.
You know
I
what
totally
I'm saying?
agree.
They may have built that brand, but I'm talking about this would be Prime coming into the Dallas Cowboys, coming back home.
Right.
I agree.
To run a show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it's Prime
But who-
himself.
That's the thing. So when you tell
It-
me,
it-
I
it-
agree.
Jerry, they used to going around their coach to go to Jerry.
Right.
They're not gonna do it with Prime, but Prime ain't gonna let him. First off, most of y'all I done seen y'all since y'all was little. You wasn't even like it, so I don't even know how you do it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So,
I agree. I
follow
totally
suit,
agree.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
totally
This is
agree.
Prime. I've been grooming
Right.
y'all since y'all either was under me or y'all wanted to be under my tutelage from Little League all the way
agree.
through.
And
I
then
agree.
he got that trump card on Jerry when he was with the Niners at first, man, and he can basically be like, man, who did you come get, man, to help get y'all over the hump?
But I'm not disagreeing with
y'all
that.
back in
All of
on the
those
right
is the
path.
reason. All of those is the reason because that sounds like somebody has one up on Jerry. Jerry
Yeah.
does not let you. He does not want you to have one up on him. Those are the same reasons that would tell me Jerry wouldn't go get him. He wouldn't. He'll do something else. He'll keep McCarthy. He'll find another coach. Like Prime will be available, and we won't. And we won't get him.
Man. Prime, Jerry is a real deal capitalist. He's not tripping.
You're right.
If he can beat him and Prime, Jerry can do a Prime versus Jerry Jones brand.
So you think
Prime can do whatever and Jerry can do whatever. He's always gonna fall behind Prime just because who Prime is and where he carries himself, the way he leads men. The way
True.
he lead young men into becoming men.
I agree. I agree.
They're gonna have a special connection with that guy.
But what about Jerry makes you think that he won't choose ego and pride over that?
I'm not dealing with that. I'm talking about he can go, like I just said, he's a bigger brand, period. He's a bigger leader. He's a bigger everything than Jerry could ever imagine.
I'm agreeing with
Especially
you.
against young black players and
I
the
agree.
players who want to be in his position. Jerry ain't played nothing but college.
100%. I agree with
So
you. I'm
I'm
just
saying-
saying, knowing our owner, I see pride and ego above winning. I see money above winning.
But I'm
with
saying,
our owner. So if pride and ego, all of those reasons is the same reasons why I can see Jerry say, I'm not going to get this guy because he'll be bigger than me. He'll be bigger than the
he's
brand.
already bigger than him.
Again, but
Well,
Jerry,
He just ain't got the team behind him. And if he go to Dallas and be a head coach,
I agree. You
and
got a
then
monster. It's,
Landry
an engine.
shadow.
It's a perfect storm. I agree. It's a perfect
Landry,
storm.
see, that's why they got Landry up out of because Landry was a bigger brand, was
Yes.
a big brand at the time.
And
they was, you know, he did some stuff they ain't like or whatever for the previous ownership and all that. That was part of the deal.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, I just think the way that he has a special connection with young players that Jerry can never get in the way of that.
Anybody that's been bigger than Jerry, Jerry's got him up out of there.
When you hear the name of these
He
players,
voted on us though.
you hear the one, you hear the name, you hear the
He
name
left.
of these players. One, Maris Leofow, Jordan Lewis, CeeDee Lamb, Deron Blam, Brandon Aubrey. What's one word that comes to mind, man, when you hear those names?
Jordan Lewis for me today.
There was one word: heart,
Huh?
heart, poise,
Dogs.
dogs. Hey man, I watched Brandon Aubrey kick that ball, bro.
Homegrown.
Hey, y'all look, if y'all ever pay attention to Aubrey when he kick that ball, dog, dude look calm as hell. Dog, like it's just he kicks out. Watching him, he kicked it. His foot was already back planted before it went through.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
like boom. It just seems so regular for him. He's like He kicked it, was just like all right, man, dab
Right.
me up, man. It's just automatic. You know what I mean? So I give it to
He's
him.
fundamentally sound when he does it too. Like he
Very.
don't skip no steps.
Because the confidence
He's
you gotta
comfortable.
have, the confidence you gotta have to kick a 70-yarder is a beast anyway. Like you got big kahunas to go out there and even try to kick a 70-yarder. You know what I mean? Like
They do it.
you
It's
got
a
to.
way.
What did y'all see yesterday that we need to work on that y'all wasn't impressed with?
The running game, like
Running
sticking
game.
with the run.
Running game.
So speaking of that, sticking with it, yes, but was it because they were shutting that down, so we didn't like that game plan, passing as opposed to running it more on that defense?
I think
I'm cool with what we
Because
did.
I'm saying
I'm
if
cool
we
with
stuck
what we-
with the run, we had 31 yards.
I'm cool with what we did because our offensive line was getting dominated. It ain't that a run game. They actually physically our front seven was manhandling ours on the run game.
Game plan
So
wasn't
I'm
bad.
cool with that.
And the
But
linebacker
I would
runs
like
after
for you to be
Jerry.
bigger and man up. If you getting beat up, fight.
Let's put a spin on that, Rick. Let's put a spin on that. How about the fact of it's a game plan to know that their 7 is better than your front 5, and I might want to come out and attack them their secondary. Like so, it might have been part of the game plan because you know what they got up front. What they've always had up front. Let's just be honest. You know what I mean? They've kept Vita's been there for a while. Their front 7's been good for a while. Their front 7's been good for a while.
Dogs in their front 7. They
We
been
can
run
run the ball
stoppers
on.
for
What did we
quite
play?
a
Was it
while.
last year we played them? Well, the year before. We've not been able to run the ball on them for a while.
Right.
So
because we play them scared.
I mean,
Any
you go
team
back-
that McCarthy runs into, they got a good front. He's gonna do the
He's
away
gonna-
from the run.
and he did,
And
and
that's
he
not
like-
how you run the ball.
You go back to Indomitian Sue. They've always
They've always kept going.
dominated.
Yeah, they
run
did. They
defenses,
did.
man.
Yeah.
Run defense has always been.
they've been heavy on them
tough.
D tackles. Yeah. So
I remember the time we had an offensive line and a run game that didn't care who your D line
Yeah,
was.
that's what I'm saying.
And even
Yeah,
if you did
that's
stop
what I'm
us in the
saying.
first half for 1 and 2 yards a pop, guess what we doing? We
But
sticking
that,
with
but that,
it.
But you know what we
got
had,
to
man.
with it to keep it
but
honest.
that looks to be something
And
we're
then it
working
breaks
on in
up.
the future. We got young guys out there who not mentally developed or physically developed for what they went up against yesterday. You know,
Nah,
they
I
were
don't
just
think
they
that.
was just definitely,
I
man.
don't think
Man, you
that's
look,
a
bro,
mentality.
I think that we could
Running
be.
the ball's a mentality. You gotta
Man,
have it.
I think that we could be a little spoiled
Man,
though.
stop
With
it,
it.
man. Stop it.
I seen a picture.
I done
Stop
already
it,
seen
man.
it. I done already
Stop
seen
it.
it
The
in
difference
2014.
between
All them years right there,
the
we
difference
had
between
O-line,
college
man.
and the
We
league.
went against the Legion of
speed's
Boom
the
and
same.
Zeke
It's strength,
pounded
man.
on
It's
kids
weight.
and
It's strength. It's
tackling
the
them.
weight room, man. That's the
What you
domination,
talking about, man? We went
That's the
against the Legion
domination.
of
It was the
Boom.
weight room, man.
We ran the ball on the Legion of
I'm
Boom
not
and
talking
then
about
beat
that.
it
I'm
from
talking about why we got dominated yesterday because our line's young and they not developed mentally or physically. That's exactly
No,
why.
man, I said,
Exactly
you know,
why.
like it was a picture.
I mean, he
It's
got
not
a
an
point
excuse.
there.
That's what I saw.
That's
The
excuse.
only
That's
reason
what
why
I
they're
saw.
not,
It's
the
not an
reason why they're
excuse.
not like
It's not
that.
an excuse.
The
That's
reason-
like a freshman playing against a
reason-
senior in high school.
The
It's
reason
not
they're
an
not
excuse,
like
man.
that because
Some
their
of
head
it's
coach
like-
freshman
ain't
turn
built like
seniors
No,
up.
man. No, man.
Some
Your head
freshmen
coach
turn
ain't
seniors
like
up.
that.
No,
Some
man.
freshmen
Not a
turn
lot of them.
freshmen
Not a lot
turn
of them.
seniors
Not a
up.
lot
This
of
is
them.
a
The
young man
odds
game.
and the odds
And then-
and the percentage
This is
not
week
high,
16.
man.
You're not a freshman no
Yeah,
more.
man,
This
but I'm
is
talking-
you done played a whole year
I'm
now.
talking about
you,
the strength.
you a
You still
sophomore.
ain't lifting them weights
Nah,
and bench
man.
pressing
You
like
been-
them cats
you
are.
been
You
doing
still
it.
not doing that.
You wasn't saying
Not
that
like-
one time Ron Smith, Travis Frazier, Zach Martin was doing it.
That's all
But
Hey,
they was
no,
grown
he
men.
wasn't saying that.
And they took them
Nah,
around
they
to
wasn't
the
grown
belly.
men. They was
What
grown
was
came
they
in.
records,
Zach Martin
bro?
came in like
Hold
that.
on, hold on. What
Zach
was
Martin
they?
came in
What
moving
was
people.
Zach
what was
Hayes,
their
Zach
records,
Martin.
bro? What was
they
our
first
records them years? What was our records?
Zach
man?
Martin came in
What
moving
was
people.
our records them few years?
Early,
they was
it
there?
was rough.
They still
The
had
first
to
few years.
they still had to thrive together, man.
That still
Stop
don't
that,
mean
man.
that he was getting pushed
it took
around.
3-4 years.
Zach Martin
You
came
talking
in
about
moving
one
people.
person,
Tyron
brother.
Smith
You're
came
talking
in
about
beast.
one person, man.
I'm saying
You're
everybody
gonna have
in that
one.
line got
You're
beat
gonna
up.
have one and
Cowboys
two. I'm
Raw
saying
Uncut,
talking about
boy.
that's the
Everybody
odds,
got
man.
beat up.
That's the odds.
Yesterday,
You
everybody
have
got
one-
beat up.
You can say you have one and two
Doug Free
people.
was older than
You
Everybody
can say
get to
you
speak
have
they
one.
mind.
Crashing to them youngsters
You can
got
say
there.
you have 1, 2, or 3 people in any situation because there's always odds. But 85% is a difference than 15%, brother.
But you know-
that's my point,
but look,
man.
so-
Everything you're gonna have
Yeah, he's
one or
saying
two
the
people that define
percentages.
the
He's
odds,
playing the
brother.
percentages, man, not just the exceptions. That's
But, you
all
know, but
OG's
that's so
talking
wild. I
about.
think that as Cowboy fans, we're spoiled. We're spoiled, man, because
Of
we talk
course
about running
we
the ball.
spoiled.
No, we're gonna get into it
Right.
because I seen the other day. Let me tell you, look,
We've been talking about getting beat up and not being able to
Nah,
run the
man,
ball.
because-
What's the reason
because
for that, man?
in the-
Because
we're
we've been
not
running the
doing
ball.
it all the time.
We wasn't running the ball.
But
It
that's
wasn't that we
not
was
why-
getting beat up. We was not running the ball.
but
We was
that's-
having 8 and
yeah,
12
but-
attempts.
but because-
now we're running it and we couldn't.
But because we're
spoiled,
running the
man.
ball 25
Yeah,
times a
13
game, like I told you
for,
the other day,
Rico.
like I told you the other day, we will see the next 3 games because we're not playing bottom tier run defenses. We just said it on the last podcast.
And we ran from them.
and we
We're from-
we
as we
ran
normally
from
do.
it.
We're gonna
And
make
we
that
got the
excuse.
victory, though.
That's
we
what
got
I'm
that.
saying, but I'm just saying as far as on
and
that
we almost
run,
gave it up.
we're
Doing
going to
that
see.
stuff, kept throwing the ball, leaving time on the clock.
That's
We
true,
got the ball
too.
in 4 minutes.
That's true, too.
Giving it right back at 350. What?
Man,
Yes.
look,
Crazy.
so you tell me
But
so.
dude,
It ain't even
But-
like that. It ain't even like that. We came out to start
But
the
are we
game with 3
surprised?
straight runs.
Are we surprised at that?
You don't, hold on.
Nah,
we came
at
out
all.
running, passing 3 straight times. You don't even know what their run defense
Right.
is. You scared to even attempt to start the game. It ain't about.
I thought we came out, gave it to Turpin on that first play.
Nah,
Nah,
we
we
did.
came down and ran it 3 times, and I
Yeah,
put in
we
the
ran
chat.
it. Why
I
you
put in
give
the
it to
chat.
that front? You
This
gotta
guy is
prove.
scared to run. He
Yeah.
hates running, calling run plays.
I think
Yeah, that
overall,
was true.
like when you look at that, we've been that. We've been running the ball 3. We've been doing this. We were doing this with Jason Garrett. That's what we've been doing. We'll come out in 3 straight passes. This has been around for a while, and
But
you know, so
Garrett
well.
changed that.
Jason Garrett changed after a while. It was only Jason Garrett.
I
Yeah,
get running
but
the
you
ball,
know,
but when
like-
you're
became a
playing
running team.
I
Like,
get it, but
and
when
we
you're
became
playing the bottom
predictably
tier
predictable.
pass defense, you're
It
gonna-
don't
you're
matter
gonna
when
throw
you
the
got
ball
a
little
beast.
more. I
You
get that.
would
I
have
get
to
running
run the ball.
I get that. But when you're playing a lower tier pass defensive team, you're probably
I'm
going to
with
throw
you.
more than you're going to run.
I'm with
That's
that.
just
Yeah.
probably how it's going to be.
But when it's
That's a
crucial,
mismatch.
if you're
That's the
up double
only-
digits
That's
at the
when
end
you're
of the
not committed
game,
to
you
it.
Yeah, you
have
run
to
the ball.
run the
That's smart
ball.
football.
But
That's
But we
volleyball-
didn't. We still was
I get
doing
that.
it.
We was
And-
doing
Yeah,
it.
because you didn't
And let
trust
him
it.
come back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's smart
Yeah,
football.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I'm
football.
Totality of
You got to
thinking
do
until
that.
we got Mike McCarthy.
But we didn't.
Right. That last, we let them get back in the game.
We didn't trust the guys, but traditionally,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
But
traditionally,
even to a step further, we never even started to establish the run. We came out the gate height throwing.
Right.
Come on, man.
That's
you
been-
you got to set the foundation. If we come out and hit them in their mouth, maybe they think about this run game first. Maybe they give them something to think.
But that's
Possible.
been- but that's-
Possible. Not saying that it would have worked
That's possible.
because
Very possible.
Vita Vea in the middle and the people they got some studs out
Yeah,
there. They solid.
Vita Vea,
But
boy.
it's still, you got to hit them in the the mouth and track.
And
You
so
know,
what
let
you-
him
so-
straight
and
run.
I-
you
and
know,
I even-
Shit,
and
I
it's
think
more
that- I
ways to
think-
run it than hitting the middle.
They
And I
could have
even
tried.
saw-
We
They
got
could
real
have
short
had. They
memory.
could
You
have
don't
at
even-
least
you don't
had
even
10
run the
more,
ball right,
10 more
like-
carries on the run game. I agree with y'all.
Y'all
on that.
y'all got real short memories.
But
And it's so
I
funny.
still don't think if we had 10 more carries, it was gonna be a 100-yard rushing day.
No, absolutely not.
but
We
it's
wasn't getting
wild,
100.
though. It's
But I didn't
wild.
need 100. I need to control the line the script out the clock.
I
We was
agree.
getting blew up.
I
I
agree.
ain't even need you to, even if we had the same,
Just keep them honest.
All we need
honest.
is favorable
Keep 'em
third
honest.
down situation.
What makes you think we're gonna do this though? Because again, we
It's
just
not what we
reverted
gonna
back.
do, but we
So
talking
that's
about
what I
what
said.
should
But-
be done.
but- okay, so
what Steve
this
said-
has been an ongoing
100.
conversation for a long time. So what it is
And
that
we're gonna
three
say it
games,
next week if it happens
three
again.
games. No, what I'm saying is 3 games changed what you thought we were gonna be from this team. All we did was go back to what we've been for the last 4 or 5 years. 4 5 years. And then it's what say we got short memories because of Rico's good games the last 3
Nah, that
games.
ain't what we talking
Against,
about,
if
bro.
you
Yeah,
go back,
for real.
but you go back with John. What John
Dudes
said, you
playing
running the
odds,
ball.
man.
But that's what
Dudes
John
playing
said.
odds,
No,
man.
but see,
I can see it.
John said it. John said it.
Situational football. And,
You're
and
running.
in situations we
And he
wasn't
should have
doing
been
it right.
running
But we've
ball
never
at the
done
end of
that,
the
Rick.
game.
Yeah, Rick, we've never done
That
that.
don't make it right. That's why he got to get out
But
of there. That's
what
it.
makes you? But
So
what I'm
if
saying.
he don't do it next
What
week,
ma-
I'm gonna be in here saying the same shit again.
But what makes you
Get
think
it
that we
together.
would
I'm
do
not
it?
gonna change shit
Why
just
are you-
because he ain't.
Why are you asking this man to be different than what he is? This is what
Because it's not some shit don't work. I'm trying to tell you. If it don't work, I call bullshit when it's bullshit.
But I definitely agree.
Man.
It's situational
football, you should be running.
It almost costs
What
us
you
too,
should be
man.
doing.
That's what he's
We've
We've
saying.
done this before. It's been late games,
And
we
we're
get
gonna
down
do
here,
it again.
And we're gonna do it again, and we're
Yes,
gonna continue
I'm
doing
gonna
this.
do it
as
every
long
time
as
that we get
McCarthy's
that-
there. This is what
But
we
like
have.
Rick said,
Yes.
that's what Rick's saying. Yeah, that's
As
not
long as
good
McCarthy
coaching.
has.
That's not good
So,
coaching.
and it's not good coaching, but that's what we got for the next year. It looks like.
It's no way they should have got the ball
least
back
for another
over the
year.
other side of the 2-minute warning that
Nah,
quick.
nah,
least
There's
for
no
another-
way they
They
should have
shouldn't.
did that.
But for at least for another year.
And we didn't
This
run
is
the
what
ball
we got.
well. We didn't
At
do
least
it.
for another year or two.
Well, let's see.
This is what we
You
got.
know, lose the play calling.
Who's gonna lose the play? I mean,
Switch
quite
it
possibly, quite possibly.
And
But-
I ain't tripping because we
all
won the
go
game
forward,
and we beat a very good
Just
team
give it a shot.
with the plan that
a
we
decent
did.
team.
Let him run
But
the
you
ball.
gotta,
That's
you
a
just
playoff
gotta
team
run
to
that
beat. That's a
ball.
playoff team to beat.
Maybe.
Let him do
Yeah.
it.
We might
mean,
have
they were in the run.
we might have stopped it.
Yeah, we
They might not
stopped
be in the
it.
playoffs
We
because
didn't
of
run.
us.
They were a
Yeah.
playoff team
Yeah.
before they ran into us.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean? But
yeah.
that's a playoff team win.
Yeah, it
Because
was.
that's still
It
in the
was.
line. You know what I mean? We beat multiple
At
playoff
home.
teams.
That's
this year.
what, that
We
was
can
surprising
cause
for me.
Philadelphia a 1 seed.
I don't give a fuck who's the 1 seed at this point. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Philly
I'm
ain't gonna
just
win
saying.
the championship. Philly
I'm
ain't
with
gonna-
it. I'm with
I
all
mean,
of it.
yeah, but Philly ain't gonna win the
Call us the
championship.
boogeyman. I'm with all of it.
Philly ain't gonna win.
Yeah, I
I'm
want
not
all
gonna
of it to be
shut them down.
serious.
I do.
Y'all see what Tober did? The Grinch when he got the tie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I love it, but I don't care. I mean,
I'm not
Philly-
watching that
Philly
if we
ain't gonna win the
can.
Super Bowl anyway.
I'll take
Some-
Philly down if man, whatever we got to do to be the boogeyman. I'm with
I'm
it.
with
And
the
if
boogeyman, but
Washington lose
think
against
Hurricane gonna
Atlanta
win anyway.
this week coming up, we could
Quite
kick
possibly.
them out of the playoffs
Yeah,
who
I'm cool
lost
with
to
that.
us.
Hey,
Man,
dope.
Philly lost on purpose. Philly want us eliminated. Philly some haters. I hate y'all. I hate y'all.
Hey, man,
So
but,
let-
you know, beating them is cool. Like I like all that shit, man. But you know what? Some teams I ain't worried about.
Did you
Philly.
still want to
They're
lose
not
in
gonna-
tank? You still want the
Nah,
draft
and that's why I
position?
said
We
that's why I
sitting at
apologize.
15 now.
That's why I apologize.
15.
I mean, we can't like.
So is it somebody different at 15 that we would have grabbed? What was it,
at
14?
12 or 14? No.
Yep.
So we
I'm
ain't
okay
lose
with
number
people
one
winning.
position for the win. I'm with that, man.
That's why I apologize. That's
I'm
why
with that. I take
apologize.
it.
Because
I take
with
it.
that effort given, I'm okay with that, man. And shout out to 88. You know what I mean? 88, man. Like,
Man, shout out
you know,
CD,
there's
man.
a-
We
Hall of
see
Fame.
you out there,
Because
boy.
at this
Get him
point,
suited for his
you
coat,
didn't
man.
have to.
Hell yeah,
you didn't
boy.
have to. You didn't have to play.
Scores 21 now.
You didn't
We
have to
love
play,
seeing
man.
that, man.
You didn't have
That
to
was
give
a
that
win
effort.
just seeing
I
that,
seen
man.
that quote.
Seeing them fight
I seen
through.
that quote. He said, basically, I'm trying to do
Rich.
everything I can to keep my shoulder still on. Basically,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? His
yeah.
shoulder's bad, and you still
Trying
out
to
there
learn
playing
how to
like that.
fall the right
hey,
way.
You know what? That's why I put in the chat. He deserves that bread. If you can go out there and give us that,
Absolutely.
you deserve that bread, bro.
Absolutely.
Keep shining. You know what I mean?
When he got me
Because-
standing up, feeling for him when he's hurt, I'm like,
Yeah, like, man, they're
damn,
giving
man.
you
See,
all
he hit
you
his
little-
shoulder again.
because a selfish individual would have sat down.
Right.
After that,
And we need
you know
to
what I
get
mean?
him another receiver on the other side.
We gotta get him some help,
Man,
man.
please,
Who?
man.
Who y'all thinking?
Man, y'all know who I want.
Yeah.
Draft.
But we too low now.
Who you want? Doof Merzon?
Yes.
All right, so
Big 6'5",
so move up
McMillan.
in the draft.
Man,
Jerry Shockers, man, prove us
he
wrong.
need a
Dude.
we
Make
need a
some-
we need a
make some-
Trey
Robin,
Mingo
man. We
and somebody-
we definitely
and
need a
Trey
Robin
Lance.
to at
So we
Batman, dog.
won't. Looks like we won't be getting a top. I guess. At
Well,
that
maybe
spot.
something can fall to
Lottery
us
pick.
like if
Like
Micah
Micah
and
did.
CD
I was
fell
Like
to
Micah
us.
and Micah and CD both fell.
Yeah, they
It's
fail, man.
Hey, though, it's a
What
lot of
about-
receivers
what about-
out
all
there.
right, it's a receiver I like Ole Miss, Trey Harris. He's 6'2",
He'll be there.
210.
He'll be
Trey.
there.
Like third round.
He'll be-
He's projected. I'm just around second and third
I'm
round.
gonna say he'll be there second round.
Yeah.
And
He's all right.
I don't know if he's gonna
crazy.
I don't know if he's gonna be our
What
third,
is he,
but he's gonna be our
outside,
second.
slot. outside?
Wide receiver, big receiver.
I had
But
to
you know what's
check.
wild? It's
I had to
crazy
check.
that we
Yeah.
talk about drafting these receivers, right?
I'm
And
only
it's like
scared for
they
the
can come
system that
in.
he's in.
They can come in and start. Like you literally to young receivers, like you come in
Facts.
second, you come in third, fourth round right now. You look at the players that we played this year due to injury. I mean, you look at Kalen Carson. What was he, a fourth rounder? Kalen Carson was fifth rounder.
Yeah.
And got
Yeah.
much play time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You look at these receivers right now.
He got
if you're
thrown
young,
in there because he was needed, though.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
worked
But
his
right
way
now,
up,
a receiver
but
is
yeah.
needed because the only person locked in playing in front of you right now is CeeDee Lamb. That's the only lock right now playing in front of you.
But
you can come
Jerry
in-
Love cooks.
Jerry Love cooks, but if you're a young receiver with talent and size and you have a good training camp, you can push Cooks to a slot and be a number two. You can push Cooks to a slot and be a number two because a big body that can command a double team, that can catch a ball, maybe it's just some speed right now. Any young receiver right now with speed and talent, you could possibly come in and be a number two because even if you want to keep Cooks, we know he's long in the tooth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know you got Jalen Tolbert in front of you, you got Jalen Brooks in front of you.
JT.
You know what I mean? JT, you had your one catch. This is what Dre said yesterday.
He
Dre
had
said
two. He got two.
He got
for
another
20.
He got another
I
one.
told you, he did the
20
thing
and
for
a
me.
30.
Let there be
I
only
had
one.
one.
Yeah, he had two.
So it's like, so.
Shout out
Did
to
you
you,
take him?
Jalen.
No, I ain't did the parlay in forever, man. My son got snatched from me a couple
he's
weeks
hurt.
ago. I believe in FanDuel a lot,
Oh, he's
man. They've
hurt.
been hitting me, dog. Like,
Damn, he's
I'm
hurt.
tired of losing like that.
Right.
Damn,
I'm
he's
sorry
hurt.
about that, man.
Right.
He over hurt.
I done
ain't
switched.
opened it,
I
man.
done.
I
Yeah, I
know when
done
to quit,
switched
man.
up, man. I done
Because them
switched
losses
up.
be demoralizing. It ain't even about the money no more. It's about the feeling I get by losing by one leg. You know, I stay up till midnight.
I just
watch
did that
this
last
late
night
game.
with Rico.
I
Yeah,
just
stay up-
I
you stay
just
up till
did that a
12.
couple
You know,
nights
you gotta wake
ago.
up at 5 in the morning, but you stay up till 12 watching this late game, try to sweat it in, and they miss it by half a point or something like that, and you be sick, dog. It's just
He
like a
over
half a
hurt
point.
on the parlay.
So I deleted parlays.
So,
alone, man. It
so
was
let
just
me
bad for
give
my
y'all
spirit.
two off.
Shout out to. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going, shout out to Flournoy last night.
So we watching the game, and he catches the ball.
Yeah.
Wifey says, "Who is that?" Man, John's guy.
Yeah.
That's John's guy.
Yeah.
What number is Flournoy?
3 receptions, 41
Man,
yards.
but he got
What number is
caught-
Flournoy?
80.
80.
He called a couple when CD went out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there was some big time.
Yeah.
for
Ah,
first
yeah,
down,
yeah.
and
He had to
it
get
kinda
plugged
went
in
with
there
him.
when CD was out most of the
So I
game.
hope he can.
And then in the
carry.
victory stance, I saw him do a little backwards roll on the
I saw
the
that,
backwards, yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping I think he's got some talent. I always liked him, the camp, man. I think he's got some talent. Last couple times he got in, he was kind of
Timid.
bumbling,
Yeah, he can
fumbling,
provide. He can
Timid.
provide. He can provide some depth, but we don't want him as a two. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying. I'm glad to see him get in and get a little confidence because I think he's got some talent. But yeah, he was a little shaky Jake. A few
Man,
times he got in. So.
And side note is like you all mentioned the Dan Quinn effect on the defense, right? Deron Bland, that play made at the end of that game,
Clutch takeaway.
screamed Dan Quinn.
Boy, y'all looking good.
It screamed Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it did.
Clutch.
It screamed Dan Quinn, huh?
I was talking to Steve.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it screamed Dan Quinn, man, taking that ball away like that. You know what I'm saying? So
J-Lo was playing.
it was Bland. Yeah, that screamed Dan Quinn.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? It's just like that.
I'm supposed to wear my Bland shirt
always
today.
Always
Bland
trying to
Death Auto.
Big time.
punch the ball out, punch the ball. Always trying to steal the ball. That was a DQ thing. You know what I mean? Take the ball. Always in the play to punch it out, rip it out, whatever it may be. Because you could have just made a tackle then. It was a mindset to try to take this ball away.
That's right. That's
you could have
right.
easily just made a tackle in that situation.
I ain't even celebrating that as much as the man-on-man defense you played on Hall of Famer Mike Evans.
Traveling.
Following, giving in, fighting.
That season game.
I'm with the last play. I'm cool with that. I'm happy you sealed the deal. But throughout the game, he manned up one-on-one with a Hall of Famer. I ain't gonna say throughout the game because he had some help on some. But even still, he showed heart and fought with Big Mike,
You
man.
said that was a
yeah.
fantasy game.
Shout out to you,
fantasy
Deron.
game, huh? Admit something. You needed Mike Evans to get it locked in.
Yeah, I got
you need to
two
get locked
off
in.
the topics before we go, man. Is Brandon Aubrey a top 5 fantasy draft pick next season?
Top 5, no.
Hell,
No.
I'll take it.
But I will take him.
He done won some people
might
some
be a
playoff games.
fifth
Hey,
I guarantee he got a couple of hundred off of him. I don't know if it's
man.
how much of it's gonna be, but I guarantee he got a couple of hundred off Aubrey. But I'm not taking no kicker top 5.
He gave me 21 last night. That's what I said. He gave me 21.
too.
when he can put up receiver numbers, he
Like,
can put up running back numbers.
Yeah,
that's Patrick Mahomes numbers this year. That's Patrick Mahomes numbers this year.
but-
He can do better than your tight end.
he can most definitely get better than
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
21.
Top
But at the same
5.
time, I jumped high to get him this year. I might have to jump a little higher to get him next year.
You definitely probably have to get him by the 8th round.
I did that this year.
I drafted him 99th.
Yeah,
I drafted him 99th in a
might be
10-man league.
6 now.
I'm in a 12-man league.
He's,
Yeah.
the new
I
Tucker.
drafted him
He's the new
99
first
too.
quarter. He's the new first kick off the board. I think.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
but so
yeah.
you say he's putting up tight end numbers. Now he's putting up Patrick Mahomes numbers this year. That's what
Dang,
that is.
that's
what
deep.
that, you know what I mean? Mahomes, man. Shout out to you,
Deeper
big dog.
and deeper.
You know what I mean? You been killing me every week. I just stuck
Actually
with
going
you.
to
You
the
been killing me
playoffs.
every week, dog. He's been working. Hey,
And
man.
just one other thing, man. Just the crew's opinion on who's atop the MVP race between Lamar, Saquon, and Josh Allen.
Guess give it to Josh Allen. I'll give it to Josh.
I'd have to vote for Josh myself. I would.
Why?
I'd vote right now.
Why would you say Josh? If I read these numbers, I'll go ahead, Rick. What you got?
My man got 40 touchdowns and
Yeah,
4
man.
interceptions. My man's numbers is way better than they was last year when he
Yeah.
won it. But at the same time, I think I'm giving it to Josh over Lamar this year because he's the only Pro Bowler on his team. Lamar got Henry that's going to share some of them,
That's
take
an
some
excellent
of them
point.
carries away,
Exactly.
some of them votes away
Hell
for
of a
me.
defense.
You took Gabe
But-
Davis and Diggs off of Buffalo and plugged in Shakur, a rookie, Cole,
Keon, yeah.
Keon, and
Went and got
working.
Coop that ain't did nothing.
Less, for
Coop
sure.
ain't
but
did
this
nothing.
dude is he's balling, man.
Using that run game.
Yeah, man, you guys to give it to him week after
Baller.
week, man. Week after week, he's been eating. Josh Allen.
yeah,
Josh
yeah,
Allen.
yeah.
I mean, Saquon, if you weren't playing for Philly, I'd give you some credit, but fuck you. But you got.
My thing with Saquon is the
He's
same
doing what he's
thing.
supposed to do.
I
Yeah,
got
man,
this other
he's
Pro
doing what
Bowlers
he's
that-
supposed to do, but
I
he's
gotta
playing
give
for
his credit,
Philly.
man.
This other
No,
Pro-
but he's playing for Philly, so I'm not gonna give him no credit. I'm not gonna show. What he's doing is amazing, but he's
even
playing
if
for
he was
Philly.
playing for
So I
somebody-
don't
if-
want to see him win
But
playing for Philly.
let me say something.
I don't want to see
Let me
him
say
playing
something
for
before I
Philly.
forget. I'm sorry.
I don't want to see nothing
ahead.
about an Eagle win.
If Saquon breaks that record, if he breaks Eric Dickerson's record,
I don't want to see it.
be careful.
I don't want to see it. It's just because you're doing it in that jersey. You know what I mean? You're
I'm
doing
just
it
saying,
in that
don't
jersey,
be
dog.
surprised
I
if
don't
he
wanna see
gets it
nothing.
if he breaks that
I don't want
record.
to see nothing
You,
good
gen-
about an
you
Eagle
generally
happening.
don't see guys who break records like that not get the record. So
You know why he ain't gonna
just
do
be-
it? You know why he
And
ain't gonna
Eric
do it?
Dickerson like that record.
Look.
He don't want nobody
And I'm gonna
to
tell you why
break.
he ain't gonna do it because he's playing for Philly and this is around Christmas. Y'all boo Santa Claus. So
Oh, wow.
y'all gonna get bad. Y'all gonna have bad luck.
Boo Santa Claus,
Yeah, y'all boo Santa Claus and you cheered when Michael Irvin broke his
Right, man.
You'll
Man,
never
you know
forgive
that
you. I don't
ain't-
want to see
you know ain't
nothing.
no
I don't want
class.
to see nothing good happen to y'all. To hell with you. Yeah,
class,
that's why you
son.
ain't gonna do it, Saquon, man.
They
If
got
you'd have played a
Sunday
different
class,
jersey, you'd be
man.
all right, man. No
Got
class.
Sunday school,
no,
man.
Yeah, no class,
No
man.
class.
Like, yeah, y'all boo.
Who you
y'all
picking?
boo Santa Claus.
Lamar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
I'm
Josh
not mad
Allen.
at that. I mean,
I'm not mad at it either,
all.
but Josh Allen has had the better season than me.
How 40-4.
Josh Allen,
Nah, Lamar.
44.
And threw for 4,500.
Yeah, but when I look,
that's-
I don't
that's
know.
very
I
solid,
just look.
man.
It's very solid. But when I
Yeah,
look at the
yeah.
play, when I watch Josh play, I'm just looking from the eye test. That's what I'm gonna tell you is the eye test.
I just think they're going to say that Lamar's got more.
He's already
weapons
got it.
around him.
Like,
That's-
okay,
that's just all I think.
so people
With
can
him
be
rapping with
people
that.
become a victim of expectation or victim of performance because Lamar, this is normal for him. So it can get boring. You know what I mean? Like
I ain't normal. He ain't do his last year.
No, what I'm saying is that winning the MVP at this point, winning the MVP.
44 ain't normal, man.
44,
40 and 4.
That ain't normal, man.
No, okay. So let's
even to ride on that
Shout
real
out to
quick.
Plies, man.
He's 40 and 4. 3 of the 4 is not his fault.
I agree.
Damn.
3 of the 4 is off somebody's hands.
I agree. Well, I guess what I'm saying is that
That's crazy.
Well, you know,
Right.
we suffer.
You could be 40 and 1.
You can
Right,
suffer
right.
from greatness, man, but you can suffer from greatness when things become normal. You expect that greatness. Lamar has played really good. So the good season. So again, the numbers. Take the numbers out of it. When you watch the eye test, a lot of people eye test can do that. Josh Allen has been what he's done these past few weeks can bump him above Lamar just because it's been more exciting to watch. And we've seen Lamar. Like, does Lamar surprise you anymore?
Yeah.
He still surprises you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His greatness is locked in right now. All I'm saying is that you expect him to be great week after week. Some of these plays you expect to see out of him because that's what you're supposed to see out of him.
He's my starting quarterback in fantasy in 2 of my 3 leagues, and Burrows is the other one.
Right.
He's week in, week out, he's shining.
Josh Allen is too.
But see, it's always.
Josh Allen gave you 20 points on one play.
Look,
Josh Allen gave you 20 points
man,
on one play.
it's always.
You know what I'm saying? The man through edge count for a touchdown,
right.
receiver for a touchdown.
It's
When you see those
always,
plays, the media's gonna fall in love with that. So we're not voting.
It's
I get
always
you
a
asked us, but we're
catch-22
not.
though,
Josh
with
Allen
that.
will probably win it.
It's always a catch-22 because as a voter, you have to kind of, I guess, see what are they voting. Are they voting MVP? Because at some point, people think most valuable player means who's the most valuable to their team as far as if they got hurt, how would their team progress afterwards? Some people consider most valuable player as in most valuable players in numbers and statistics and wins, but both Josh and Lamar are playing well and their teams are winning.
In both categories.
Exactly. So,
These last few weeks
now
is gonna make a
it's
difference.
based on, I guess, as a voter, how do you vote or how do you consider the most valuable player? What do you consider that to be?
Do that take Saquon out the equation? That quarterback got hurt. You didn't carry the team to the victory. They lose.
You just lost.
Are you the most valuable?
I don't.
Because they can win. I think they
if
can win
Hurts
without
come out the
Saquon.
game and they hand you the ball and you don't do it,
They can win without Saquon. They've been winning without Saquon. I
True.
think quarterbacks are winning
I
over
don't
running
know
back
if
any day.
that because
I'm asking-
I don't
I'm
think
asking. That was
because
just a question.
because you bring a backup in, so at that point you can let the Sharks go. You know, it's not a lot of confidence in the backup, even
Quarterback.
though Pickett's not a bad
Trash.
backup quarterback. Well, he's
Trash.
not a bad
He got
backup
bad
quarterback.
pedigree. He still got
He's not a
Pittsburgh
bad
in his
backup
blood.
quarterback.
He got Pittsburgh in his
But
blood.
dude.
when you see him coming to games,
Forward
you open the
tough.
floodgates a little more. You know what I mean? Stack the line a little more. 'Cause
Right,
he's not
right.
gonna beat you much. So
Right.
Pick is trash,
You
man.
can win without
I don't knock
Saquon. You're not gonna win
Saquon.
without
Hey
Josh
man,
Allen.
I'm licking my chops if
You
we
see
coming
Pickett?
into the game and they
With
tell me
Pickett.
Pickett is the quarterback. I'm cool with that.
same here.
I'm cool with
Yeah.
drop 8 men in the box.
Yeah.
Everybody man on man, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if Jalen don't play against us, you think that for any reason?
If it's
yeah,
Pickett?
if it's Pickett, we gonna win.
Rock, chalk, Jayhawk.
We gonna beat him.
But,
If Pickett play, we gonna beat Philly.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, when we down,
I
That's
want
right.
everybody without that quarterback.
Well, we
beat
gonna-
us without your quarterback. How we beating y'all without ours?
That's
man.
right. That's right. And we're going to save that for the kickback, man. They moved that over to 1 o'clock slot from the 4 o'clock slot, man. And before I get
damn,
out
did
of
they?
here, yeah, it's 1 o'clock. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
flexed out.
And
Jerry, I
This is
hope
not
you.
your daddy's Cowboys. We do the flexing. We don't
right,
get
right.
flexed.
Yeah, we got
we got
flexed
flexed
out.
Move over,
That was
baby.
rough.
Something
That
big
was
came
rough.
through.
But,
that's on Jerry. though.
Jerry, I hope you feel like you
You
gonna
gonna
flex
flex with
out.
that TV money, so be it, man. You don't want to get no help in here, so be it.
Damn,
But
man. We do
before
the
we
flexing.
end the episode out, man, I just want to dedicate this one, man, to my Uncle Ronnie, man. He was a big Cowboys fan, man. He just passed over the weekend, man. I think it was Saturday, yeah. And some of his last words, man, me and him was talking, you know, right before he passed and stuff, and he was just telling me, we was talking some Cowboy talk. And he was just regular talking to me like how we talking with the crew right now, and all he wanted to see from the Cowboys, man. But he didn't get to see that game. But you know, he was just like he wanted to see some effort and some fight. That was some of his last words when we spoke on the Cowboys. So shout out Uncle Ronnie, man, and that's that's the crew, man. Cowboys Raw Uncut, man. We see y'all in the kickback.
That's right.
Absolutely.